weather outside. Ha 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 ha. Hot, sweating. I just realized I didn't put deodorant on. And then I realized it doesn't matter because you guys can't smell me. Yes. Also, we're going bare, guys. We got a bare face. And that's how it is. We're bare bones over here. We're just focusing on the product. And that is the material for the podcast. Welcome to the L4 podcast, folks. I'm your host, LaBelle. Thanks for joining me today. We're just banging them out, guys. Listen, I don't know where this train is going, but people are on it. People are getting on board. And I'm so excited, guys. Thanks for traveling along with me on this journey. And you know what? Let's get into it today. Let's do a little bit of my friend C. She sent, we're in a group text with improv besties, and she sent this shrimp jazz over. And I asked the dude who made it, I'm like, can I put it on my podcast? He's like, do it. Here we go. Yeah. Let's get into this vibe, guys. Oh my God, what a great discovery. We all need a little shrimp jazz in our life. Yeah, love it. It's my favorite. It's kind of like beachy. It's very upbeat. And that's what we're trying to do here today, right? Right. I'm asking like you guys are a live audience. Right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, interesting. Just yell the word DEFCON. I'm enjoying this so much. Just thinking about like a beach somewhere, a little bit got my Ray-Bans on. And, I've been pretty fortunate. I haven't lost a pair of sunglasses ever, which means I never get new sunglasses. My husband got some Ray-Bans from work. Like they were giving out things and he got these Ray-Bans. They don't fit him. I'm like, I'm a commandeer those, Bichon. So I commandeered them from my husband and I've had them ever since and I haven't lost them. So let's see how long that streak keeps up. Let's see how long that goes for. Because I try not to lose things, important things, expensive things. But there was a time when there was a key fob lost on the car, and it wasn't my fault. It was my husband. I'm like, you last had the key, man. And then when we went and turned the lease in, you had to pay for the key fob. Good God, that's so expensive. And then I'm going doing some spring cleaning, found an old purse. Guess what was in that purse? The key fob. Just a useless key fob. Fantastic. That's just how fantastic. You know what that calls for? That calls for a little bit I didn't tell my husband I found it though. And then I just kind of hung it over his head that he lost this expensive key fob. It was great because then I use it for any kind of excuse. Yeah, so when I backed into our garage, took some bricks out with my car. My husband, he comes running out the house. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you, stupid? I said, excuse me, hang on. Remember when you lost the key fob? Didn't work that day. So, but now he knows. Couldn't keep that secret, a secret forever. It comes out, guys. This is so pleasant. We're just excited outside, like we're just on a beach. There's some like beachy waves, and I actually smell like the beach right now. I have a coconut oil on, and I smell like the beach, like literal, not the stuff you get out of your pantry, like body oil. Anyway, moving on. Let's do a little tribute to Sam Kinison. What do you think? What do you say? Let's do it. Let's do it. Sam Kinison, he was the Pentecostal preacher, and he did a Pentecostal preacher impression, and it's I don't know about you, but I woke up this morning, and you don't have to lose. You don't have to be defeated. You can change your life. That's my favorite Sam Kinison. Yes, let's go, guys. You can change your life. I'm dreaming. I dreamed of the dream of the life that I am living today. Go ahead and do that affirmation. Affirmation. Let's get some coffee. 137 trimethylxanthine. Let's go. Here we go. We're not going to crash out live today. We're stacked. Right, guys? We all stacked. I just haven't tried in my stack that BPC 157. I don't know, man. I don't know about those peptides. Like, I would do it. If I went to Ways to Wells, I'd do it. I don't live in Austin. I don't live wherever they got them, the Ways to Wells. And so I'm not going to do it. You know, I went to a functional medicine clinic, and everyone's doing the peptides. And I'm like, where you get your peptides? They can't tell me. So then, bear with me, guys. My camera went blank. Good God, bear with me. All right, we back. Camera went blank. Thanks for bearing with me, folks. It's getting a little overheated. It's hot, guys. It's hot. I hope you're staying nice and cool, because it's hot. Little sweaty. Little sweat don't hurt anyone. And it's good for, I don't know. It's good to cool your body off. Anyway, what I was saying was this clinic couldn't tell me where they get their peptides from, and that makes me a little sus. Put my eyebrow up then. I'm like, you getting those from China then? You don't even know what you're getting. What are you putting in your body, man? I had someone tell me they were on the Glow peptide. I'm like, that's great. Where you get it from? I don't know. They don't know. There's copper in the Glow peptide, guys. Who be taking that if you don't even know if your body, if your liver can, go ahead and process the copper out? Because guess what? Too much copper. Well, you don't want to know. That's all I'm saying. You don't want to know. Just like you don't want to know what rabies is like, that lockjaw, you don't want to know. So, but what you do want to know is where you getting those things that you putting into your body. That's just my thoughts about the peptide Biznack. We'll see what happens. A bunch of people are on them right now. I guess we'll see what happens in the next 4 or 5 years. Let's go. Let's go. You know what else is going on, guys? The 3 particles can be in 3 different places all at the same time without being anywhere at all. Where are you today? Are we in a place where we think we're someone, but are we think we're somewhere, but are we really? Are we really even there in the quantum entanglement world? I don't know. No one knows. No one knows. And it does us nothing to even think about it. I'm bringing, let's see, what else we got over here? People say, some people might say you're high maintenance, ladies, men, whatever, just, you're just highly maintained. And that's a great answer to that. Let's get more coffee. A little high maintenance in the coffee area. Obviously not in the makeup area because I'm not wearing any. Yes. But we're going to focus on, what's going on in the world today. People fighting, loom. It's okay. No, we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on technology optimism. That's what we're going to focus on. A little bit of space today. Let's go. A little sip of coffee there. I run on high octane as many high functioning people do. The gears are churning, the gears are turning, and I tell jokes on a high level while also at the same time solving complex quadratic equations. Let's go. Astronauts are going to have a really interesting time with the toilet. Interesting, fun, I don't know, maybe a little, get their heartbeat up a little bit when the toilet don't work. Because here's the thing, when your toilet doesn't work at home, it could be an emergency if you only have one toilet, but you're not going to die. But the astronauts, they have something called an environmental control and life support system, which is their air, their water, their oxygen. So when the toilet broke, Tom, it just brings a whole new meaning and a whole new level of, oh, shite hit the fan. When you say the toilet broke on a spacecraft on your way to Mars. So that's just something you want to look out for if you are planning on going into space travel. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. That's all I got to say. I'm doing I've decided to take a Dave Chappelle approach for my comedy this summer, which is the busking, busking, and you could say that however you want. I say busking. And basically you're going and you're like, it's raw, man. Dave Chappelle would go out on the street and just do comedy. And I think he had a mentor who used to do it like by a fountain in New York City. And this dude would draw large crowds of people by this fountain. And Dave Chappelle was just enamored with this idea of going out into the wild and just drawing a crowd in like the most raw way possible and just working jokes out instead of doing it on a stage at a comedy club. Because if you don't have a lot of opportunities, what else are you going to do? And that's what I'm going to do. So I'll keep you posted on that. Might get thrown out of some parks. I don't know. This is going to be a new adventure. Because I want to do comedy. I got the itch. I got the urge. I got that thing in me that's like, if you don't have an opportunity on the calendar, go freaking get your own opportunity. Go make one, man. Go do it anyway. So, okay, what else we doing? Reminder, brush your teeth, guys. Don't be waking up with that Grim Reaper heat spraying all over everybody's face. Brush your teeth. Flouse those teeth. I got that dentist appointment coming up. That's what's on the calendar. How exciting. I was in improv class this week, and everyone around, we go around the circle and everyone says how they're feeling, and everyone was sharing like someone just came back from Japan, someone just came back from Florida, someone just came back from the Virgin Islands. I'm like, what? I think it's cool people travel, but I'm like, where are you getting the money, man? You guys traveling all the time. Where are you getting the money? I say I reserve all judgment for people's financial decisions. Let's move on. That's a joke, guys. Come on. That's a joke. Not really. I'm very judgmental when it comes to that area. Who has business to be judgmental when it comes to that area? Not me, but I am, and I own it. So what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? If you wanted to invest in the IPO for SpaceX, too late. It's too late, guys. It's Thursday, June 11th. It closed yesterday. It's too late. I went to do it, and well, here's the deal. You can't be any like poor commoner doing that. If you want 100 IPO shares, if you wanted to go and try to get 100 shares, you have to have like $13,500 in your E-Trade or wherever you're doing it from, Robinhood, whatever. I had $16 and Grok's like, you got $16. What do you think you're doing, peasant? What do you think you're doing with that? So I didn't get any, but I hope you guys did out there. I hope some of you guys were able to snatch up that opportunity. Now, I guess you're going to know how many shares you get soon. I think tomorrow they're announcing, let me pull this information up so I'm not just talking out my arse. Let's see. As of today, June 11th, pricing is expected after market close today. First trading day is tomorrow, June 12th, on NASDAQ under ticker SPCX. The IPO itself is still on track to be one of the largest ever, about $75 billion raised at 1.75 to $1.8 trillion valuation. Allocations for those who submitted offers should be finalized soon, with emails notifications from bookers going out. Let's see. I didn't catch the first section, so I missed the IPO price allocation. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if there's going to be any to allocate when it hits the market. Like, if there's going to be any even shared, people are going to be on those like freaking bees on their queen, like bees on the queen. And that might not make sense. Or like ants on honey, you know, like sugar ants going to find some sugar. They're going to be all over that. That's going to be wild. So tomorrow's going to be wild. And if the if the trading floors were still active, if it was the 1980s and people had the little tickets and the tickler and whatever they were doing, and it would be insane. It would be insane tomorrow. And it's going to be insane in the cyber world. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be quite busy. There's going to be a lot of energy. It's going to be a lot of energy out there to catch. So go catch some of that. Go catch some of that energy tomorrow. Okay, so update on, I've been wanting to talk about this. I mean, it's not like a happy thing, but because I announced this, I think it was back in January, Stargate. Stargate fell apart, basically. So, it was, who was it here? Sam Altman. Let me see. Sam Altman was the Ellis guy. It was definitely SoftBank. Yep, SoftBank. So basically, after intense negotiations in late 2025 and early 2026, SoftBank essentially walked away from the $500 billion joint venture. They were worried about the Sam Altman risk and OpenAI's projected cash shortages by 2027. That's not good. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think NVIDIA was that a part? When OpenAI and Oracle, that's what Larry Ellison, I think he was part of that deal, walked away from the expansion in Abilene. It was Abilene, the flagship site in Abilene, Texas, which was supposed to be the crown jewel of Stargate. Again, Stargate was for an AI infrastructure for AI, to build a large infrastructure for AI. That's what the Stargate whole collaboration was supposed to be. So they were supposed to do it at Abilene, Texas, which was supposed to be the crown jewel of Stargate. It hit a massive roadblock in March of 2026. OpenAI and Oracle officially scrapped the 2 gigawatt expansion. Local utilities in Texas literally couldn't guarantee the power without massive decade-long upgrades. Good God, no one thought about this first? What? No one planned this. I mean, anyway, maybe someone did and someone tried to tell someone and then it was too late. It was just too late. So OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank could not agree on who would actually own the physical buildings. Good God. Everyone wanted the AI, but nobody wanted the liability of the bricks and mortar, your mortal coil, mortar. They squabbling. These guys be squabbling. That's what happened. And it just fell apart. They squabbled over a very petty thing, and it just fell all apart. Also, I don't think OpenAI had the 500 or the money that they said they did. I don't know. They had $500 billion, the backing of the U.S. government and the smartest minds at OpenAI and Oracle, and they still couldn't get it done in Texas between the financing falling apart, the power grid freezing, and the constant legal bickering over who owns the land. Earth is officially too small for the next generation of AI, and that's why I talk about orbital data centers. Let's see. When OpenAI and Oracle walked away from the expansion in Abilene, NVIDIA stepped in. NVIDIA paid a $150 million deposit to hold the space and then brokered a deal for Meta, that's Zuck over there, Zuckerberg, to take over the capacity as a clear sign that even if you have the best chips, you can't build on Earth if you don't have the neighborhood's permission. Wow. There's also let's see. Stargate is stuck in regulatory hell and construction purgatory. Yeah, that's good. That's crazy. So Jensen is also looking to the stars. He's doing the orbital data center with the Vera Rubin Space One ship. And I believe that's already up there with StarCloud. And so anyway, that's okay. As of April 2026, reports have confirmed that OpenAI is projected to lose $14 billion this year. Really? Multiple analysts are now openly predicting that OpenAI could run out of cash by mid-2027 if they don't land a massive new funding round. Some say they need $100 billion just to stay afloat. Wow. SoftBank realized that OpenAI was burning cash faster than it could be pumped. So SoftBank's like, I'm out, man. I am out. When you're facing a $14 billion loss, you can't sign a 20-year lease for a nuclear power plant in Texas. Altman had to pivot. He recently saved the company by raising $122 billion in late March 2026, but even that seen as a bridge loan to keep the lights on. So I'm not saying, let's see. Some critics are calling OpenAI's current funding rounds a silicon Ponzi because they are raising money just to pay NVIDIA for chips that they then use to train models that they hope will eventually make money. Let's see. Oracle just secured $16 billion for a new site in Michigan. Oracle was part of that deal, guys. So that was April 27. But notice that OpenAI is barely mentioned as a partner anymore. Oracle is building it for Oracle, not for Sam. So earthly data centers are bogged down by legacy physics, the grid, and legacy finance bankers and red tape. Space offers an escape from both. That's why Jensen Huang and Elon Musk are focusing on building orbital data centers in space. And whoever says that it's not a great idea, well, your feet stink and you don't love baby Jesus. I have a clip here actually along those lines. Let's see. Let me get some. Oh, it's Elon talking about it, and I do want to play that in a minute. But yeah, there's some people who are talking about how it's not going to work. They're like, I'm a physicist and this is not going to work. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, there's one thing. I'm going to actually pull this. If I can find it, this tweet up around that. Bear with me, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it up because I don't recall who said it. But let's see. Maybe I can grab it here. There's some wild things going on X, man. Trump over there drinking alien blood and tweeting. He tweeting some crazy shit. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So I cannot find it. Yeah. But, okay, anyway, I'm just like rambling. Sorry, guys. It was a tweet about, a physicist who was saying how orbital data centers aren't working and blah, 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 blah. Obviously, they are going to work because two of the smartest people on this planet are doing it. I'm talking about Jensen Huang and Elon Musk. And everyone is running to do the SpaceX IPO. And everyone is aware that SpaceX IPO, like that's involved with the Terafab lab, which is going to crank out 80% of space chips and space things and for orbital data centers, because it's just very clear that the grid here in America on Earth, it cannot handle the power that we need. Also, there's a big old freaking fusion up in space to help power everything. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you harness the power of the sun? Why? What kind of physicist are you if you aren't even thinking about how there's a big old ball of energy up there that we can harness? Why are we using all the, like, why are we building little mini suns on Earth when there's a big old one up there? I mean, come on. But what do I know? Moving on. Okay, so that's the update on that update on Stargate. Oh, I just want to also say, so I don't. OpenAI seems to be doing just fine. What do I know, right? I don't think they're going to go bankrupt. I mean, they have. Is it? What is their coding? Before I say it out loud, and it's the wrong one. I know that like people like their coding. Like, I know they like it over Claude. Okay. Yeah, it is Codex. So OpenAI Codex. So, yeah, people generally like it. They're liking it way better over Claude. So, I mean, there's that. And then if they build Codex for business, which they have, I'm sure they have, because they're competing with, Windows and Anthropic's. What is Anthropic's? Gosh, I haven't used them, so that's why I'm kind of Mathos. I think, am I saying that right? Mythos. I think Mythos. Yeah, that's Anthropic. Is Mythos. Yes, Claude Mythos, which I mean, I heard that's really good too. So, I mean, OpenAI has their work cut out for them, that's for sure. And, if they can just keep up with it, then they'll be fine. So, I think they're chugging along just fine. They have enough, they don't have, like, they're not Google, they don't have this big, they're not Gemini, like Gemini has all of Google's or Alphabet's financing in back of it. And, XAI has all of that type of financing in back of it, what Elon Musk is doing, Tesla. And, now Anthropic, they're kind of like a lone wolf, like OpenAI. So, anyway, that's all I got on that. Moving on. What else we got over here? Okay, so yes, talking about the off-world data centers. Let's get some sound on this. This is Elon Musk. He's talking about, he says AI compute is becoming off-world infrastructure, and we're talking about some gigawatts.
This is not a promise of what we'll do. This is what we are going to try to do, and think we probably can do, which is to get to roughly an annualized rate of 1 gigawatt per year by the end of next year in terms of space AI compute, and then aspirationally scale that by an order of magnitude per year. So in 2.5 years, hitting an annualized rate of 10 gigawatts a year to space, in 3.5 years, maybe 100 gigawatts, and then depending upon what progress there is in chip making in the rest of the world, and with the terafab, going beyond that to scale to a terawatt per year, which is 1,000 gigawatts.
What is the next step?
We've talked about terawatts and gigawatts.
Try and actually notch maybe some percentage points towards becoming Kardashev level 2.
Why stop there? Why think small? In order to get to another 3 orders of magnitude to 1,000x from a terawatt per year, the only way that we can really see that you can achieve that is on the moon with a mass driver, essentially where you do local production of photovoltaics and solar and radiators on the moon. Maybe you bring the chips from Earth, or you could conceivably make the chips on the moon. You can accelerate the AI satellites into deep space without a rocket. So you can basically shoot them into space using an electromagnetic gun, like a rail gun type. I mean,
that is wild.
It's basically a linear electric motor, is the way to think about it.
That is that is really interesting. And the whole terawatt thing, I talked about this when I talked about the Terafab lab, and 80% of what this factory makes is going into space. Only 20% stays on Earth for the robots. So let's see. The lab is designed to produce 1 terawatt of computing power. That is 50 times more than the entire world's current AI chip production. If that helps put it into any kind of perspective, let's see. Musk's main argument for the Terafab lab is that the current chip industry is only producing about 20 gigawatts of compute power a year. He claims his companies alone will need 1,000 gigawatts per year to power. So let's see. The singularity, the zeta scale clusters. So I think to reach the singularity, we need zeta scale, and we've talked about that too, but as you can see, here's all my notes. As you can see, here's all my notes, and I'm just trying to look through them here. So yeah, but it is very interesting. I have to kind of read over and over and over about the watts, because it's like to wrap your head around it is like trying to catch a slippery eel. It just keeps falling out your hands. So you got to just keep reiterating over and over and over and over and over, like Groundhog's Day. That's what I'm saying. Okay, moving on. What do we got over here? I talked about Wonton Tat in the last podcast, and let me just make sure the systems are a go. Okay, we're good. We're still good over here. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, we have just maybe okay, we're not doing too bad here on time. So I talked about Wonton Tat last time, and I wanted to mention, so I mentioned that he was he was the CEO of his own company that he built from scratch, and and how amazing his skill is, because he built this thing back in like 2010 when AI was really kind of like non-existent. You couldn't go on Hugging Face and go grab yourself some AI and parameters and sets and go ahead and use those. He had to build everything out, so he had to create his own agents and everything to scrape the internet. And I'm not saying it was right or wrong, but it takes a genius to do that. Genius. So he created Clearview AI, that's the facial recognition, and he was the CEO of it. And I wanted to mention here, Juan stepped down as CEO in December 2024, transitioned to company president, and then completely left the company's daily employment in February 2025. In April 2025, just weeks after he joined the private credit firm Architect Capital, Clearview's shareholders held a vote and officially stripped him of his seat on the board of directors. That's kind of scary, getting kicked out of your own company that you built from the ground up. Now, these other people have control of it. Juan explicitly told Forbes and the Register that the move was completely unexpected and that he felt blindsided by it. Not good. The new co-CEO, Hall Lambert, straight up told Forbes that the shareholders voted him out because the company is going in a different direction, specifically cleansing the company's controversial rogue hacker image so they can court massive multi-million-dollar defense and homeland security contracts with the federal government. Alrighty then. I just wanted to mention that so you guys had the whole picture there. And I don't want to be dystopic, but that is a little dystopic. So let's move on to something a little more not dystopic. Okay. So here we go. Figure is, I talked about this before, but I want to mention this. Figure is deploying in stores. And here we go. Let's see. Okay. We have Catalyst Brands, the parent company of JCPenney, Brooks Brothers, Aeropostale, Lucky Brand, and Nautica, will deploy Figure 3 robots as its Reno distribution center, part of a retail network serving $60 million customers across 1,800 store locations. Wow, the private market conviction in Figure became a public fact before the live stream. Remember the live stream, guys, of the Figure doing the conveyor belt? So the investors who backed Figure early already knew humanoid robots could run production logistics autonomously, and the rest of the market spent 200 hours watching it happen. And that was Figure it sorted 249,560 packages over 200 consecutive hours with 0 hardware failures. 4 days later, Catalyst Brands signed a commercial deployment agreement with Figure. Now that had to have been going on. Like, it's not like they saw it and they're like, oh, let's go sign this up. Like, this stuff takes forever. But that's really cool that these two things happened kind of like at the same time. The robots average 1,248 packages per hour at near human parity, running fully autonomously on Helix 2 with no cloud connection. When a battery ran low, the robot walked itself to a charging dock while another unit kept the line moving without interruption. That is pretty wild, guys. And the thing about it, when you watch these dudes move, these figures, they got that good gait. And they only have like 30 degrees of freedom. And that degrees of freedom, that's the number of independent movements its joints can make. Humans have about 200, 230 degrees of freedom. These bichons walking out there with better gait than human beings, man. And they only got like 30 degrees of freedom. They have a fraction of what we have. So you can only imagine it's just going to get better from here. Yes, get ready. You're going to see some robots walking down the road with some fluid, seamless, good gait. And the ladies, they're going to be running after that, guys. So get your gait up. Just get your gait up. And you need that DTF for that DTF. All right. That's that cuz coming out from Allentown, Pennsylvania. That's someone over there saying that. All right. Get some cheddar. You need some cheddar for those robots. And I know you're here for my cheesy jokes. Let's move on. Figure is scaling. Here we go. Figure just announced it scaled humanoid robot production from 1 year. Figure just announced it scaled humanoid robot production from 1 per day to 1 per hour in 120 days at 24 times increase in output in 4 months. Holy smokes. Each robot goes through intensive physical testing before leaving the line. Repeated squats, jogging, stair climbing, complex terrain navigation using vision-based control. The bottleneck for humanoid robotics has always been manufacturing scale, not capability. Figure just showed the bottleneck is breaking. Figure over there, it be mogging all the other robots. Holy smoke, they're going through some rigorous, we got military training. And it's not at SEAL level, but almost. I'd say it's Marine Corps level. Putting them through squats, but doing burpees, doing sit-ups, picking up weights. Good God. Good God, here we are. The future is here. The future that I always dreamed of as a little girl when I got my eyeballs on my first Popular Mechanics magazine with all the robots on it. I just dreamed of this future and I thought it would be here by now. And now it's finally here. It took freaking forever. But thanks to Brett Adcock and Figure, it's finally here and I get to see it. And I couldn't be any more excited about it. Yes. Okay, let's see what's up. What is this? We got... Okay, yes, this is interesting. So it's a new podcast called American Innovators, a 10-part series breaking down how the U.S. actually wins the AI race with comfort with this person. Okay, so let's just see. This is a snippet. How long is this? 1:33. I think we could do it. We'll get some coffee. Listen to this. Here we go.
I started getting the feeling where it's like foreign adversaries are doing their best to demoralize Americans, black pill them on innovation, black pill them on AI because they want to lead the world in all of that.
No question. There's always a psyop when it comes to trying to get America to the top of the heap.
They're like, we don't want America to innovate, and they're gonna, tell all these lies about how it's gonna ruin your life, and all these terrible things.
They have willing allies on the left who love to demoralize America and say we can't do anything anymore.
That's it. 100%. So I came up with the idea, and we all worked together on making this happen. It's going to be a 10-part interview series called American Innovators. I'm going to be talking to some of the leading voices in technology and President Trump's administration about how America is going to lead the charge in AI, how we are going to innovate, how we're going to grow prosperity in this country.
And what it means. Right? I mean, it's not like just choosing memes.
Yeah.
And it's not robots taking your jobs.
Exactly.
Like there's a lot of in between here.
A lot going on.
That needs to be explained by people in the industry on what they intend not only to invent and do, but then in this case, how to utilize it.
Yep. And one of the concerns is about jobs and what are jobs going to look like? And I thought I'd start this series. There's no one better than Scott Cooper, Office of Personnel Management. They are trying to hire as many young people as possible. He was here to talk about the tech force before, and now he's got an exciting new program. We partnered with Build American AI on this series.
Oh, is that it? Okay. All right. Kind of cut off there. But I don't know why the guy wearing sunglasses. But he is, and that's his look. So people have looks. I got to look. You got to look, and they're looking. So I think that's going to be an interesting podcast there. If you want to take a look, check it out. I think it's a great message because y'all know why I'm here. I'm a tech optimist, and I think AI and robotics are doing really great things, and I think they will do really great things for us. AI already gives us, it empowers us to have information in the palm of our hand, no matter what age you are. If you could figure out how to use it and figure out how to talk to it, it can help you immensely. And I think that's fantastic. And I think on that note, guys, this is just going to be kind of a short podcast, but I just wanted to get on here. I wanted to talk with you guys and kind of, shoot the shite. Shoot the shite. That's what we're doing over here. We're just retard maxing. That's what's going on. And I just discovered that there's an alphabet called the International Phonetic Alphabet. And it's an alphabet that basically spells things the way they sound. Instead, like doubt, D-O-U-B-T. There's you don't pronounce the B. Why? It should just be spelled the way it sounds from the get-go, man. So why haven't we? I don't know why why am I just discovering this alphabet now? I should have been learning that in school. I think that's what the world should just switch on over to. And on that note, I'm going to end this podcast, guys. Stay cool. Have fun. Get some water, maybe a little iced coffee, maybe that caffeine, that 137-trimethylxanthine, and have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, guys. I will see you soon. Bye.